Following yesterday's report that the Houston Rockets were emerging as a threat to sign free agent forward Dorian Finney-Smith from the Los Angeles Lakers, things have seemingly progressed quite quickly. A report from Dan Woik at The Athletic indicates that Lakers team sources are expecting to lose Finney-Smith, who declined a player option to make himself a free agent. In particular, Woik cites the Rockets as being Finney-Smith's destination, which accords with the previous reporting of Mark Stein and Jake Fisher of the Stein line about Houston's recent interest. The Lakers are bracing to lose forward Dorian Finney-Smith in free agency to a multi-year deal with the Houston Rockets, according to team sources. The loss of a valuable wing like Finney-Smith and a beloved teammate of Doncic will create a void on the perimeter, but his exit will open up a pathway for the Lakers to be aggressive targeting the top available centers in the free agency. Rockets doing business early. As above, Finney-Smith declined a $15,378,480 player option to enter free agency a year early, despite that amount of salary being entirely commensurate with his production. The 32-year-old 9-year NBA veteran seeks a multi-year deal that will take him through until his mid-30s. And it appears as though this is exactly what the Rockets are going to give him. Despite free agency not even officially being open yet, the Rockets have already done the bulk of their business. Most significantly, of course, they won the Kevin Durant sweepstakes with the Phoenix Suns. Yet they have also extended veteran center Steven Adams, as well as point guard Fred VanVleet, and already agreed deals to re-sign each of Jae'Sean Tate, Aaron Holiday, and Jeff Green. They know their 10-man rotation for next season already, and also most of the deep bench beyond that. By contrast, the Lakers still have questions to answer. And Finney-Smith's departure will create another hole in the frontcourt rotation that already needs Lakers with work to do. Given that LeBron James has finally decided to opt into his player option and return to the Lakers, at least for now, the biggest question facing the Lakers has been answered. That said, they still need a center, they still need a point guard, they still need youth, they still need depth, they still need improved athleticism, they still need experience, and they will also now need a defensive-minded 3-and-D combo forward. The optimistic belief would be that Finney-Smith can still join the Rockets, but do so via sign-and-trade, with the idea being that the Rockets would go for such a move so as to be able to keep hold of their mid-level exception and be able to make an extra signing. One such idea involves the Lakers receiving back Cam Whitmore, a young two-guard deemed surplus to requirements in Houston. To pull this off would be to turn a negative into a small positive. Whether DFS leaves via free agency or trade, though, it would appear he is leaving either way. If these reports are true, he is to leave the Lakers in order to sign a larger deal and get closer to a championship. Neither will feel good. The Los Angeles Lakers quest to bolster their front-court resumes this week now that NBA free agency is finally here. Although general manager Rob Pelinka could pinch pennies to sign a budget free agent, the Lakers can also use the trade market to address their center needs, which might be the right call given their limited amount of spending cash. One center who's been linked to the Lakers throughout June is Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz. The former Auburn Tiger will be due a huge pay raise as he heads into the final year of his rookie contract, meaning the Jazz could be interested in cutting ties before being forced to open their checkbook. It was recently reported Los Angeles had made an offer for Kessler. Although a deal didn't materialize at the time, it looks like LA now has an opportunity to circle back. Lakers must target Walker Kessler after Jazz trade for Jusuf Nurkic. The Jazz shook up their roster on Sunday, trading guard Colin Sexton and a 2030 second-round pick to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for veteran center Jusuf Nurkic. Reading between the lines, the trade may have telegraphed Kessler's availability. Trading away the 23-year-old rebounder before doing business with the Hornets would have left the Jazz's frontcourt without an experienced center. Now that Nurkic is in the fold, a potential Kessler trade is back on the table, meaning GM Pelinka must pick up the phone now. Drafted 22nd overall in 2022, Kessler has improved with each passing year, and the 2024-25 campaign was his best to date. The Atlanta, Georgia native averaged career highs in points, 11.1, rebounds, 12.2, assists, 1.7, and field goals made per game, 4.8. He even led the NBA with 4.6 offensive boards per game, while also recording a double-double in 28 of his 58 outings, 48.3%. Not only does he rebound well, but Kessler is also the perfect lob threat who could take advantage of Luka Doncic and LeBron James' playmaking wizardry. Acquiring the proven glass threat would also be a way for the Lakers to prove to the four-time NBA MVP that they're still serious about competing for a title despite also making moves with their future in mind. A potential trade would likely see the Lakers include Dalton Knecht, whose $4 million cap hit is the closest to matching Kessler's financial value for $0.5 million. Considering how Knecht was phased out of head coach J.J. Redick's plans as the season progressed, LA could be open to parting ways with the recent first-round pick. Kessler is the ideal center who'd solve the Lakers' needs, and his price might be lower now that time has passed since they last contacted the Jazz. If that's the case, LA's front office can't hesitate to pull the trigger on the type of trade that would catapult them into the NBA title conversation. The Los Angeles Lakers' plans may have changed on the eve of free agency when reports came out that DeAndre Ayton had negotiated a contract buyout with the Portland Trail Blazers. The Lakers are in desperate need of a center and have been linked to basically everyone available on both the trade and free agent markets. While Ayton isn't what he once was, there's no denying that the former number 1 overall pick can be productive for the Lakers alongside Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. Naturally, they're already being linked to the center, who is expected to clear waivers and test free agency, per Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype. Meanwhile, Ayton now vaults to the top of the available free agent centers list entering the market, with several teams searching for a big man, including the Los Angeles Lakers, whose pursuit of a starting center is widely known. As Scotto mentioned, Ayton is now the top free agent center available on the market coming off a season in which he averaged 14.4 points and 10.2 rebounds in 40 games for Portland. While pursuing Ayton may cost the Lakers the chance to sign other centers like Clint Capella and Brook Lopez, it could be a worthwhile gamble considering he could be had at a bargain after being bought out of the final year of his $35.5 million contract. Ayton is expected to clear waivers on Wednesday, where he then can agree to a deal with a new team. Are Lakers eligible to sign DeAndre Ayton? Yes, the Lakers are able to sign Ayton despite being a team that is above the first apron of the salary cap. Ayton is free to sign with any team despite earning greater than $14.1 million on his Portland contract. The waiver restriction for second apron teams only applies during the regular season. What contract can the Lakers sign DeAndre Ayton for? How much the Lakers will be able to offer Ayton depends on what other moves they make at the start of free agency. If they were to re-sign Dorian Finney-Smith to a new deal, then they would only be able to offer the taxpayer mid-level exception of $5.7 million to Ayton. If the Lakers were to let Finney-Smith walk, then it would open up the full mid-level exception of just over $14 million to offer the center. With reports indicating that Ayton gave back around $14 million in his buyout agreement, it's reasonable to think he will have full mid-level offers on the free agent market. So, with that being the case, it's hard to imagine the Lakers being able to sign both Ayton and Finney-Smith in the coming days.